time. It's, as many people say, Charlotte is the banking capital of America. But it's really starting to grow here, and all artists, I mean, like, not just me, but a lot of artists, probably most artists here, are really, really wanting it to grow into kind of a destination for musicians to come to and to seek out, you know, people to collaborate with and produce music and so on and so forth.
It is Kat Holland. She joins today here in our broadcast, coast to coast and border to border, on World Radio Network. Also, tune in, iTunes, and of course, our app is available, jiggyjaguar.us. And if you missed the show live, we replay the show every Tuesday on The Mix. And Kat Holland with us today. She has a brand new video, The One, and we will play that here in a little bit and talk a little bit more about that. But so, how did you get started doing the music thing, Kat?
So I've been singing my entire life, and I've been playing guitar and piano for a long time too. So it's always been kind of a passion of mine, and it's always kind of come naturally to me. But I really started to get more seriously into it when I was in college. I kind of made my little Instagram account that was just for music, and I started posting little cover songs here and there of me playing guitar and singing, and I started to get quite a following from that, and a lot of people suggested that I record original music, and, you know, I've been writing things here and there for a while, but I didn't seriously start really writing until towards the end of college, and then right after I graduated is when I decided to really actually record my stuff and to seriously pursue this thing as a career.
Were you taking music classes or like something to make you want to write music?
Sorry, I'm having a hard time hearing you.
We will go. Did you take music classes as in college, or what kind of influenced you to do all this?
Yeah, so I took piano growing up and voice lessons. I was in a choir growing up as well. I was in a few different choir groups growing up. And in college, I was in a choir group as well, and we would kind of travel around and sing at different churches and different places, venues, you know, mainly churches. And I did take quite a few music classes in college as well. But actually, after I graduated from college, I ended up taking more classes at Berkeley College of Music, and it was kind of an online type thing. And it was actually all songwriting classes that I took, and I ended up getting a professional certificate of music studies from there, which was pretty cool for me because Berkeley is definitely a very well-known music college.
Okay, Jay, try it again. Let's see.
Can you hear me now, Kat?
There we are. We've got you.
What else did you do in college besides music? I mean, did you have other interests that you kind of turned away from to just focus solely on music?
So I actually grew up playing very serious soccer as well. I was on a very serious soccer team in high school, and we would travel all around the country and play other teams and stuff. And I actually, so App State is the college that I went to, and excuse me, and I actually went there on a soccer scholarship. That was why I went to App State initially. But then I actually decided that I wanted to pursue other things like music, and that I was just kind of burnt out from soccer, and I didn't really want to do it anymore. So I decided to not be on the team anymore and kind of pursue music and other interests. I did a lot of hiking when I was up at App State because it's in the mountains, and snowboarding and stuff like that. And I actually graduated with a degree in communication studies.
That's very fascinating because so many people think that musicians just live, breathe, and sleep music before they become stars.
Sorry, I'm still having a hard time hearing you.
Okay, we're going to do this. I think we're just going to switch Jay's mic. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about some of your goals and some of the different things that you're trying to accomplish in music.
Yeah. So I just recently, I know you guys had mentioned that I released my single, The One, and the music video along with it, but I actually just recently released my entire EP as well, so it's 3 other songs, and it's called Retrovision. So it's out on iTunes, Spotify, pretty much anywhere you can find music. So I've been in the process of like really promoting that and playing a lot of shows with that music. And then my goal after this is kind of to get in the studio and start recording my full album. And I'd like to have that done by the end of 2019. That's my hope. But, you know, it's a long process, so I'm not going to be super upset if I'm still working on it when 2020 rolls around.
Definitely a perfectionist. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it, and I definitely don't want to stop here. I plan on doing this for a very long time. You know, I love it.
We have got a great guest with us today. She joins us live here in our broadcast. And so what's been some of the different experiences you've had that you expressed in your music?
Sorry, can you say that again?
The different experiences that you express in your music. Talk to us a little bit about some of the different musical influences, things like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so a lot of my music is about love and a relationship and kind of reminiscing on the past and longing for things in the future, probably as a lot of other artists are. That music, a lot of music is about love, and I think for a good reason, because it's very relatable. And, you know, a big goal for me when I wrote my music was to make it relatable to my audience and, you know, for people to be able to sit down and listen to it and feel like they've been through the same experience. I'd say that my biggest influence probably is Norah Jones. I really, really love her. She's been someone that I've listened to growing up for a very long time. And I also really love Adele, Maroon 5. And if you asked me and I had to really define what my music is, I'd probably say jazz pop. But, you know, it's got a little bit of soul in there as well, and kind of a variety of different sounds in there.
We have got a great guest with us today. Kat Holland joins us here on our broadcast. Tell us about your social media presence.
Yeah, so I started my Instagram in college, my music Instagram. I also have a personal Instagram, which I don't really lead a lot of people to because it's private, and I want most people to go to my music page anyway. But I started that. It's probably been about 3-4 years now since I started it. And, you know, I like I said, I started off just recording kind of cover songs and playing guitar and stuff and posting that. And this was back when you could still only post little 15-second clips, not even a minute long or anything. And then I started writing my own music and everything, posting some of that. And I've really grown on, especially Instagram. I've got over 7,000 followers now, which is an accomplishment for me. But I would like to keep growing. And like you guys said, I have Facebook, and I've got my website and everything, so it's all a work in progress, that's for sure.
How do I find you on Instagram and Facebook?
So if you go to Instagram, all you have to do is type in Kat Holland Music, and Facebook, it's K Holland, because Kat Holland was already taken, so I had to use K Holland, but yeah, so that's how you can find me on Instagram, Facebook. I've also got a website, KatHollandMusic.com, that will lead you to any of those social media pages. I've got a little tab where you can click on my Instagram or my Facebook.
It is Kat Holland. She's with us today. She joins us live here on our program, and she is a fascinating individual. So tell us about what a live performance is like with you.
It's I would say it's very intimate, but I really get very, very into my music. You know, it's a very emotional thing for me because, you know, it's all about real stuff. It's not made up. So I really get into my music when I'm singing it, and it's very meaningful to me. And like I said, I really hope that the crowd can really relate to me And I'd really like to, get up there and own the stage, and for people to really kind of get entranced into the experience. So it's really important for me with my band when we're in rehearsal to really get things really tight and make sure that everything's perfect. I'm kind of a perfectionist, as many musicians are. So, I mean, most shows that I've played, I'd say, not every show, people really, really seem to enjoy it. And it's, like I said, a very intimate experience. It's never, in some huge arena or anything like that. But, in a way, I kind of like it that way, because you're able to really express yourself in front of this smaller crowd of people that can really kind of connect with you. So it's a cool experience. If I do say so myself, it is.
That's awesome. That's awesome. It is Kat Holland. She's with us today. She joins us live here in our broadcast. And so tell us a little bit about this music video, The One. We're going to play that here in a few moments for the television audience and the radio audience. Tell us a little about this.
Yeah, so that song specifically was the single that I released before I released my entire EP. And that one specifically is definitely a love song. It's about kind of finding the one that is meant for you, and it's about a real person. I've had a lot of people ask me that, if it's about really the one, and I do say yes, it is about the person that I have been with for a very long time now, going on 5 years actually. And for the music video, we really wanted to keep it simple. We didn't want to make some big intricate story when it came to it, so we kind of just decided to have some really like cool atmospheric, like space visuals, and like some things and shots of me walking the city and kind of like being in my own little world, singing about him. And then at the end of the music video, I walk into this coffee shop and he's there, and we kind of lock. It's supposed to be like we kind of lock eyes for the first time, and like it's the first time we met. So that's kind of really the story behind it, and we tried to keep it super simple. So the whole video, I'm pretty much supposed to be kind of in my own little world, thinking about him and my experiences with him, and then at the end, it kind of like flashes back to the first time that we saw each other.
Fantastic, fantastic. So who helped you produce the video and everything?
So I worked with a company here in Charlotte. They're called Charlotte Star Room, and they do a lot of video production. They also do studio where they do music production. They do voice lessons as well. I actually teach voice lessons there for them. And
that's pretty cool.
They do kind of a little bit of everything, and they're really, really great. They have a lot of really professional equipment, and they're super professional, and they really, really know what they're doing. So it was really great working with them, and I still work with them to this day. So it was a really great experience.
Fantastic. Well, we're going to do this. We're going to put you on hold. We're going to play the music video for our radio and television audience, and we will be back here in just a second. Kat Holland, The One, here on our world-famous Jiggy Jaguar radio broadcast.
Yellow sunlight starts to peek through the blinds. Don't it covers my blanket is a skin. Only one thing that's going through my mind.
heck of a deal. Kat Holland. She joins us live here on our big broadcast, coast to coast and boda to boda, all over the internet and AMFM247.com. The Roku players as well. I don't really understand Roku, but apparently we're on the Roku players via AMFM247.com. And I'm on Amazon Alexa. Apparently all you have to do is tell your listening device, your government listening device, Jiggy Jaguar, and it apparently finds me on Amazon Alexa now. But we are going to go back to the telephones. Kat Holland is with us. That video, we played that a few weeks ago here on our program. It is fantastic.
Thank you so
we
much.
just played it there for our television and radio audience again. Talk to me a little bit about the production process and the shooting and everything that it took to bring this thing from concept to reality, my friend.
Yeah, so it was actually really pretty straightforward and simple. For the kind of the space visuals and like the starry looking stuff, we were just in the studio with a green screen, and we played the song, and I kind of just sang with the song, and they filmed me doing a bunch of different stuff. We did a few different takes just so we could really make sure we got it right, and that was that, for that shot. And then the one with the lights kind of hanging down around me, that was also in the studio. They actually had this really cool little like chandelier type thing just hanging down from the ceiling, and we just stood in the middle of it, and we shot me singing the song in the middle of that a few times. And then we also went actually to Uptown Charlotte. That's where you can see me kind of walking into the city and stuff. That is Uptown Charlotte, and I'm just kind of, they had the camera, and I was just walking towards the camera the whole time singing my song, and that was pretty much it. And it was super straightforward, super easy, and we did do that one last shot in the coffee shop as well.
Yeah.
And,
who's the hunky dude?
we didn't. Sorry.
Jay wants to know who the hunky dude is.
Oh, that is actually the person, my boyfriend, actually. So,
okay, well, fantastic. At least you didn't go have some random actor in the video. That's awesome.
Don't worry, I don't want to steal him. I just want him to buy my books. So I have to give that song a 5 cup out of tea out of 5. I mean, that was absolutely amazing. I don't know how many times I said wow during the video.
well, thank you so much.
Yeah, the production and everything was just spot on. And I don't know how many times I've given a 5 cup of tea on this show. So
yeah, well, thank you so much. I'm so glad you think so. It's definitely, I'm very happy with it, especially with it being the first music video I've ever done.
Well, there's a lot of people that say they're coaches for voice, but I think you're in the correct business.
Yes.
I think
Just
that's
for giggles,
pretty awesome. Go ahead, Jay.
What kind of songs do you have? I mean, because like I remember in my youth we had this song "Mama Made Me Mash My M&Ms." What kind of warm-up songs do you do?
So it's funny you say that. That's actually one of the warm-ups I do. I just do a lot of scales with my students. Most of my students are very young, so it's not like anything that's really extremely complicated. Some of my students are like so naturally gifted that we're really able to work on some more like high level stuff, I guess you would say, like runs and stuff like that, where you're going up and down a scale really fast. But mainly when we're doing warm up, we'll sit there for about 25, 30 minutes. I do hour-long lessons, and we'll sit there for about 25, 30 minutes and kind of go through just different scales and different vowels, and I'll play it on the piano, I'll have them sing it back to me, and we'll just do that for about 25 or 30 minutes, and we do, lip trills, different vowels and sounds, kind of to warm up those vocal cords, and switching between chest and head voice, that type of thing, So it's pretty straightforward and pretty easy for kids to catch on to it.
Fantastic. We have got Kat Holland with us today. She joins us live. Now, Kat, before we let you go, How do we find you online? Once again, get involved with you, all that.
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram at Cat Holland Music. That's my handle, so it's just KATHOLLAND Music, all just one word. I'm also on Facebook as K Holland. That's how you can find me. It's KHOLLAND. I also have a website. It's www.cathollandmusic.com. And on there you can also find all of my social media links, so you'll be able to kind of, if you need to just go to my website to find all of it, that's what you can do. And I also have a link to my Spotify where you can follow me there as well. So all you got to do is go to my website and click on the little Spotify tab, and you'll see it right on the front page. It's not, you won't miss it. And so yeah, that's kind of how you can find me and follow me and see what's going on and keep up to date with my shows and music releases and all of that.
Fantastic. Well, I appreciate you making time for us today, coming on and chatting with me and Jay today. It was definitely a fun deal. Appreciate it, my friend.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me, guys.
Refreshing.
Yes, you are refreshing, which is fantastic.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that.
Well, thank you, Kat. We'll talk to you soon. Appreciate it, my friend.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. There she goes, Kat Holland. And we are going to take a timeout. And when we come back, we